Bringing you out today. I'm still in Suffolk. It's called Peason Hall, and I'm visiting church. Before you go, oh no, Phil, not another church. This one is a church which is interesting for a particular reason. Now, churches nowadays we um, take to be Christian from the point of view of that it follows the Bible and the teachings in the Bible. People go to mass, and we're either Catholic or C of E. But occasionally we get an in world and a new, and that's where we find interesting things. And I brought you to this church because it's a very old church, and there is an interesting uh, part to this church which stands out. And you think to yourself, hang on, that's more pagan, isn't it? It's more pagan than it is. Why would that be going on a consecrated church? So that's the reason why I thought. Let me know in the comments. Oh, hello, Dawn. Good morning. Yeah, we're both here. Both better than we were, Dawn. We're both better than we were, believe me. But yeah, so we're in a place called Peason Hall, near Saxmundham. And I'll turn it around so you can have a little look. So you're not looking at. Let's have a look. Very old church. Well, they're all old round here. All old round here. Let's have a look. I read about this one and I thought, oh yeah, this might be quite good to. Hope you're keeping well, Dawn. Hope family's alright. Oh, let me know if the internet's okay. Dawn said, oh, blimey, bless you. Yeah, Dawn said morning, Rox. Yes. You sound and you look so much better. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, do feel it. Do feel it. Knocked us both out a bit, I must admit. So I do love churches, honestly. They're like, yeah, looks like that was once ago. It's just like a snapshot in time, isn't it? It's a snapshot, but it's a rollout of time. It might be 2, 3, 4, 500 years, but it's an ever layered snapshot. So that's interesting. Just gonna have a quick look at that. Looks like Cleopatra's Needle. This one. And tomorrow, going to Rendlesham Forest tomorrow. Again, but I've got some information on Rendlesham Forest about the actual landing site, so I'll be chasing that up tomorrow. Sacred to the memory of Mary Ann Smith, died here 1877, age 52. Shall we be not? There shall be no night there. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's very lovely. Looks like a Norman tower, square. Let's have a look. Yeah, the forest will be good. Okay, well, I mean, what I'll do, I'll take it a bit easy with the internet, okay? Because what I'll do is I'll kind of take it a bit slower, you know. I won't spin things around so much. I'll try and be a bit more careful. As I say, this was this church drew my attention because of a mixing of both pagan and Christian belief. Sometimes you get it where you kind of there's maybe a easy or uneasy relationship, a symbiotic relationship between the two, pagan and Christian, which does coexist in these churches. We'll have a look. Going to the dark side now. Oh, that's an interesting little window. WSM Harry, hi, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I'm feeling better, thank you. Lil BC, that was bad. My grandma was buried. That was bad. Can you try and find her name? It's Carolyn. Oh right, okay. Your grandma was buried here. Oh bless. That's Carolyn. Okay. I'll have a look and see. Usually, the best way to find someone is to know when they passed away. Obviously, their last name, um, and but I don't think you should tell me those details really publicly. But what you can do with churches is because they tend to, when they bury somebody, okay, uh, 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 which is quite an expensive thing nowadays. They prefer people to be cremated, but if they are buried, then uh, there's a short span of time, because a lot of times, I'm sorry to say that people get buried on top of people, yeah, and also if you don't pay like almost like a subscription, so they send you a notification, and they say, look, okay, if you update the uh, name registry, then on the grave, you can still keep the same stone and the name. That's the type of thing. Otherwise, if it's not kept up and paid for, it does tend to wane. It does tend to go, but that's only in my. But yeah, thanks, Harry. But yeah, no, I mean, I'll have a look. Do you know roughly when Carolyn died? Uh, if you can let me know when your grandmother went. Now, this is basically what I wanted to show you. Have a look at this. Okay. This is on the entrance to the church, right? Now, why would it have? Okay. They can be like lines of crowns, which is great. English, that's fine. But then you've got this. Now, to me, that looks like a hairy man with a club and a form of a shield. But that definitely looks like a hairy man. Well, what would be called in the old days a Woodwose. Maybe nowadays we would call a Bigfoot or Sasquatch. That is on this church. And on the other side, get this. On the other side carving, we have what looks essentially like a dragon. But not quite the St. George and the dragon that you'd normally see. That looks more a mythical, not a symbolic dragon. To me, that doesn't look like a symbolic uh, um, dragon used in George and the Dragon, slaying the dragon. Above it, you've got three empty now I wish I could have seen what was in there. Um, for the empty spaces, I wish I could see what was in there. But isn't that the strangest thing to see on a church like this? Very rare, not often seen, um, not often used, and not very much often kept. If it was done, and a Woodwose or Bigfoot was placed on the outside doorway of a church, nestled opposite a dragon, both are, let's say, more esoteric thought. You know, well, I'm not going to say mythical creatures, because I don't believe they are. Some would say, but I don't believe they are. I just think that, and the age of it, gives it a lot more credibility, and why it's kept. You know, but we'll go in. Okay, I hope so. But I'll try and keep it going. Let me know, guys. Okay, if the internet keeps up. Okay. This is the inside of the church. What's the name of this church?
St Michael.
Okay, St Michael's Church.
St Michael's and all the angels.
St Michael and all the angels in Peace Hall. Got a big organ up there. Ooh, madam.
That stained glass window. So I've noticed a lot actually around this area that all the windows are mostly plain glass, but this one has got a magnificent stained glass picture, and there's another one to that side. But all the rest of it's plain, and I've noticed that in a lot of the places we've been.
No, you're right. Exactly. Yeah, you are right. A lot. They let the more light in these churches. They're sort of better lighting, more natural lighting, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's not
it's
just.
very calming. And it's very lovely.
There's very calming churches up here. We've noticed that quite a lot. Lovely big font as well. As I say, I hope the internet hasn't gone. Let me know if it has. All right. They worshipped Jesus and returned to Jerusalem with great joy. Well, thank you, God, for having us in your house. Much appreciated. Yeah. Please help those that need it at the moment. I pray that you will help those that are unwell and need help to get better, feel better. Amen. Very quiet, isn't it? Beautiful, peaceful and quiet. The clock in the tower of this church was erected by public subscription to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the ascension of Queen Victoria to the throne. Wow, a few years ago. Okay, let's have a little seat. Very lovely. But why would this church have both a dragon and a Woodwose on?
I don't know. Dragons, because heraldry, maybe.
Well, that's what I thought, but it didn't. I mean, there's no story to tell. Let's have a look if there's a story to tell. Some of this, because a lot of times with stained glass windows, there's a story to tell. Very few stained glass windows here. Like Roxy said, a lot of churches up here don't have them. They like to let more light in, which is really cool, actually. So we have, and that's the bell.
The church entered through the north porch, which predates building works of 1860-61, and there was a lot of refurbishment. It's believed to be 15th century or earlier. Sadly, 3 niches over the entrance arch have suffered from the elements. Fortunately, the finely carved figures of a dragon or wyvern and a woodrose wild man in the spandrels have survived in reasonably good condition. The lions, which form the stops to the archway, are fine specimens, although one has lost his tail. The metal porch gates are a memory for the Reverend Jack Thicket, M.A. Vicar of this parish for 45 years.
What does it say about the Woodwose again? Could you read that bit?
Yeah, it says, sadly, the 3 niches over the entrance arch have suffered from the elements. Fortunately, the finely carved figures of a dragon or a wyvern and a woodrose, a wild man, in the spandrels have survived in reasonably good condition. The lions, which form the stops to the archway, are fine specimens, although one has lost his tail.
Okay.
Doesn't say why they're there, just a wyvern, so I need to find out what a wyvern actually is.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's 15th century or earlier, this, so.
Okay, let's have a look, see if we've got some money. I usually got some, because I think that pamphlet is
Pound.
pound. I've got that. Right, okay, so I guess
A box.
a box. Where do I, oh, hang on.
That one on the wall.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll pick the pamphlets up. There we go.
Okay. Right. Thank you. The Church of Peace and Hall. What's this one?
I think it's like the same pamphlet but bigger. I don't know. Oh, that's got different things in. Okay.
Oh, because this one got. I'll take that one and that one. Put that one back. So I'm gonna keep that one because I don't know if this one has got the writing in or not. Let's have a look. Sorry guys, 1 minute. Okay, right. Okay, that's good. Yep. Right then. So, God, thank you very much for having us in your house. If you can, if I can say a prayer and wish that those that are ill at the moment or unwell, if they can get better soon. Amen. Thank you. Right. Look. Okay. So, let's have a look here a minute. Right. Right, we've got, because there was a lady that was asking, yeah, Dawn said, internet is brilliant in the church, that's excellent. Dawn said, a wyvern is a winged dragon on 2 legs.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, didn't know that. Okay.
So that's what that is, up there.
Yeah.
Two-legged dragon.
Yeah, and what were those that are missing in there? Let's have a look. What did it say?
It says, fortunately, the 3 niches over the entrance suffered from the elements.
The 3 niches.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And then it
So
does.
that one, you see where that's carved like that?
Yeah.
I just imagine all of the others were like that.
Okay.
And you see where that one's got like a bit more of a bulb underneath it? You
Yeah.
see, like, they're all in different stages. That one's got the bulb missing, that's got the bulb missing, that's got hardly anything left.
Yeah.
That middle one has fared better
That has
than
fared
the others.
better.
And that's
Yeah.
probably what they all would have looked like, but with that big bulb as well.
That's
Yeah.
very, very interesting indeed, that Woodwose. And it's interesting they speak of it.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's there, isn't it?
Yeah. I had a man from the West, hello mate. Let's have a look. There is also a lady that was saying about her Carolyn, which is her grandma that's meant to be buried here, and she asked if we're here, if we could find out where. Now, to get back to that, there is a pamphlet here that says, so I don't know the last name, but if I shout out some last names, there we go, you take it back a little way, and then take it back a little way. Okay, that's fine.
That's where I was.
There you go, good. Hold that a minute. We've got, okay, listen to this. We've got the Smythe family, SMYTH family, row 24, graves I, J, K, and L, if that helps you as well.
We've got Henry O'Donnell.
And then we've got Henry O'Donnell, rows 24, grave F. We've got
family.
the Pipe family, row 2, graves A, B, and C.
Did you say Catherine?
No, Carolyn.
Okay.
She said her grandma was Carolyn. And then after
I
that...
guess that would have been quite a new one, though.
And then we've got the Anne... We've got Anne Shelley, John Alderman. He was on TV, man. Couldn't be. 1693. No, okay. Turn it around. Okay. Edward Henry Lay, elder son of Yeah, no, we haven't got. Usually, if you ever want to, yeah, if you ever want to find like a loved one in the graveyard, then the church does have a burial log. Okay, like a land log of everyone that has been buried. They'll have a plot and a location for your loved one, even if the gravestone's no longer there. But no, some very, very lovely Very lovely old church. I just thought it was really interesting that, it's very rare you find on a church a Woodwose or Wild Man with a club and a shield still intact. I just wanted to show you guys that because I think it's worth showing. And yeah, what a lovely church. Um, yeah, so I thought it was well worth it. Just going to have a little meander round at some of the older graves while we're here. If I'm stepping on anyone's grave, I do apologise, but as I say, if it was me and I'd been buried, I wouldn't mind a bit of a change. It must get quite boring for you guys. So, mean you no harm, just want to say hello.
Yeah, I mean, if it was her grandmother, it would have been
Yeah, I mean,
sort of like
to be honest with you, Caroline is
this.
quite a modern name.
Well, this is it, and I'm saying if it's her grandmother, I don't know
Um,
how old that lady is. So, I mean, she could have been
yeah.
last few years or.
Hey Drew, morning. Morning Drew. Yeah, Caroline is quite a modern name really, so um, it's a bit like the name, like Wendy's quite a modern name. Um, you know, that.
Is it definitely
Oh,
her?
that's really cool. I like that. Treasured memories of my dearest son. We've got a motorcycle and him fishing as well. So I always think a lot of times, personally, that so long as the bereaved are remembered, they're never truly dead. So long as they're still remembered, venerated in a way. That's why a lot of Asian countries and East Asian countries, they in their house they'll have photographs and candles lit of their long dead. They're remembered. You know, and I think for some weird, funny reason, I think that helps to keep them alive in a way. So these smaller stones are supporting stones for the larger ones in case they topple. It's a hell of a tower. It's about 10 past 12 going by that clock here now. Okay, I'm going to do a live again a little bit later. I'm going to move on from here in a little bit because there's another church. Right, don't cry, it's fine. All right, it's not all about churches. This one, it's just like I say, they're a snapshot. I mean, if I was watching this, I'd start crying. I'd be like, no, not another church, please. But this one's quite famous because it's got a grave in it, and that grave has been made with something unique, a sundial, but not a normal sundial, a very different type. And it's a very interesting story behind it, so I want to try and get to that one, which isn't very far away. And there's also stories of a monk seen in the grounds very often. Wow, that's an old one, look at that. That is all covered up, that one. And tomorrow will be Rendlesham Forest because I've got some information on the actual the landing site. It's only very small, but I've got some actual information on the landing site at Rendlesham Forest. But I used to live up this way years ago. I used to live in I lived in Ipswich, Felixstowe, uh, Mildnall, Lake and Eath, all around that area as well in Suffolk. So I know quite a few people around this way, and just had some information sent to me, and it backed up some other information sent to me by a friend of mine called Chris Meechin, sorry. I always get that wrong, Chris. I'm so sorry, mate. Forgive me. And he's been on the show quite a few times. He's just written a book, and he sent me a copy, which I'm going to go through, and I'll be talking to him soon. But he sent me some information that was backed up, funny enough, some previous information I had. So that'll be quite interesting. Let's have a look down here. And also it'd be good because last time I was in Rendlesham Forest I caught a blue orb, got it on video, that was dancing around my back, that my back camera caught. Let's see if I can't zoom in on this. Okay. Yeah, so Rendlesham tomorrow, but later on today got another Church of a Special Sundial. Very odd, no one quite knows who made the sundial or why it was made and why it was put on the gravestone as it was. So there's a bit of a mystery there, and you've also got the story of the monk as well there. And then you've got the monk houses. The monk houses, I'll take you to. I'd love to be able to get in, but I'll see if I can or not. But there was an investigation done there after. Basic story is the woman moved in with her family, and some very strange things started happening from the basement area. Noises, bangs. Anyway, an investigation was done, and it turned out that it was a part of a tunnel system of a monastery lay under there. But to this day, they still couldn't account for the sounds, where they were coming from. Chanting, banging, moaning, usual. Usual Saturday nights. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to know your thoughts. What do you reckon to that? From the point of view of, the paganistic kind of belief in Woodwose on a Norman church. It's quite rare. It's quite rare. There's a big crest on top there. I don't know if you can see that one. Oh, I guess this would be quite a cool place to do a nighttime, ghost hunt, paranormal hunt, really, wouldn't it? But as you can see, it's got a lot of houses around it, which I would like. I would really like to, live and just like kind of be on top of a graveyard like this, because one, it's quiet. You get no problem for the neighbours, do you? and secondly, get a lot of wildlife, and yeah, there's just a sort of a touch of mystery to it, a bit of you know. Gonna have a little look at that one over there. It's very beautiful in this one. It's sort of dotted around all over. Right. Grappling through the undergrowth. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Grappling. Right. There we go. Well, odd little carving, lovely little church. Sorry we couldn't find Carolyn. As I say, if you approach the church yourself, I'm sure every church has a record book, a book, a log of everyone that has been buried. So it shouldn't be too bad to find. But as I say, these graves are quite old, so I would kind of like say that Carolyn, you know, be a bit difficult in amongst all these to find, really. We've got some slightly newer ones over here. Okay, you've got cremation remains. 1960, that's Ross Garnham. 1923 to 2006. Elena. Mavis Garnham. Mavis Garnham. That's Elena. Or Helena, sorry. Let's have a look.
Some of them are really hard to see.
Some of them are hard to see. Oh, Carl Thurston over there. No.
There's a violet.
And then we've got some which are newer over here.
No, I've been to all of those. There's no Carolyn.
No Carolyn over here. Well, yeah, if you approach the church, they'll be able to tell you. Well, once again, you know, without a last name and a date, it'll be difficult. Right. Okay, one last look, because it is something special. It really is in my book. May God Himself keep those over protecting the archway, protecting that church. You couldn't find better protection for a church than both a dragon or wyvern, as Dawn said, and a woodwose. Okay, let's have a look. Look at that lovely, lovely pink bloom. Isn't that gorgeous? We're so lucky this week. Thank God, honestly, so lucky. It's one of my favourite names. I love that name. It's never used really now. Prudence. I think Prudence is such a cool name.
Dear Prudence.
And obviously not for a bloke, but you know.
Dear Prudence.
Yeah.
Let's come outside.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. Dear Prudence.
Dear Prudence.
Okay. To the God and glory, honoured memory of men connected with this parish who fell in the Great War, 14 to 18. Yeah, for sure. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the service. Yeah. So yeah, very nice little place. Peason Hall, which is Saxmundham in Suffolk. If you're ever up this way, it's worth a visit because, as I say, it's see if I can turn that round. Yeah, it's worth a visit because it's very unusual, isn't it? You know, you just don't find that on churches really. And the dragon, yeah, George and the Dragon, I can see that, but as I say, not that type of dragon. You know, it's less of a mythological kind of dragon that George was fighting. You know, it looks different. It has Dornio said, it's got two legs coming down. You know, which does make it a lot different to every illustration of George and the Dragon battle everywhere that we've seen before. Okay, right, let's have a look, see where we're going now. Okay. Yeah, we came up that way. Okay. Okay, right. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it. Okay. And yeah, I appreciate it. And we shall catch you soon. Okay. All right then. Take care. Bye bye.